All right. Okay, hear me out, guys.
I agree with you
hear
in
me
terms
out.
of influential.
You want some spice? All right, hear me out.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Sword Art Online.
Okay, that's...
Okay.
Sword Art Online.
I need you to close your mouth
so
right
look,
now.
Look. We are talking about influential anime, right? Anime that has influenced the industry.
If we're not putting Astro Boy on there,
Shut the
I don't
fuck up,
want to fucking hear anything about influence, okay? I do not want to hear that word come from your mouth.
Look at how many isekai anime are airing right now. How much
it's a fad, like gone. It's a fad.
You say it's a fad. People have been saying this since Sword Art Online, and it's still yet to die. In fact, it's still fucking stronger than ever. What started it?
Yeah, because of people like you who keep watching it.
What popularized it? What popularized it? Sword Art Online.
Let's just fucking put Goblin Slayer on the list. For revolutionizing NTR for goblins. And
Goblin Slayer would not exist without Sword Art Online.
Let's just put No Game, No Life on the list as well. Because that inspired a bunch of stuff too. Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's put Redo of a Healer for inspiring degeneracy. Oh my God.
Okay, serious one though?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Cowboy Bebop?
No, we can't.
No. Just thinking purely from the influence in the West. I know, like in Japan, Cowboy Bebop wasn't as big, but it was a propagator for anime in the West in the 90s.
I agree, but I think like Death Note did more for Western anime. I think Death Note's way more popular.
I think Cowboy Bebop's influence has been dying with every kind of like year that passes by. Yes, it was one of the first anime that kind of like we all saw on television.
I didn't see that shit on television. I think Death Note had more influence than Cowboy Bebop.
I agree. I think Death Note had more influence, especially in the modern anime era.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Than Cowboy Bebop. Obviously, people look at Cowboy Bebop with more like critical acclaim. But yeah, I don't know if I would put it on.
L's theme alone has more influence than the entirety of Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, I'm giving this Cowboy Bebop slander. I'm sorry.
One actual strong contender I want to put on, even though people might not talk about it too much nowadays. Haruhi Suzumiya. It was definitely.
It did popularize the light novel.
Okay. It popularized light novel adaptations, which I would
everywhere now.
Which I argue is the most popular adaptations we get in anime. There are more light novel adaptations than I think manga adaptations or anime originals.
There are.
And you know, Haruhi popularized it. And if I needed to name an anime that's epitomized mid-2000s anime culture, it is fucking Haruhi.
It's Haruhi or Lucky Star.
You were half right, Gon. You said mid-anime, and you're right. It is for mid-anime fans. I
would genuinely put Haruhi on there because it is such a time capsule of like the anime climate of its time.
Yeah, it's a time capsule. It belongs in the past. No one talks about it nowadays.
I mean,
to be fair,
tell me the last time you had a serious conversation about Haruhi.
As much, I kind of agree with Connor. Like, as much as I fucking love Haruhi and like that climate of the mid-2000s anime world, like it is a hard show to sell to someone today.
Yeah.
Same thing with Lucky Star. Fucking love Lucky Star, but I would not recommend it to people today.
Hear me out.
Nah, Lucky Star's more dated than Haruhi.
Hear me out for changing the cosplay game. Danganronpa. Hear me out. For single-handedly making sure cosplay is always the same.
Sure.
Very midist anime adaptation.
I remember when Junko cosplayers were like everywhere.
Oh,
do you mean now?
They still are. All right, Yandere Simulator.
Are we putting fucking Mirai Nikki on there?
No, my God.
If we are, we have to put Elfen Lied on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 4. We need to pick one to go on. We're going to add something to this list.
Okay, I still think we should put Sailor Moon on there.
Yeah.
Like you say, it's a boring choice, but hey, it revolutionized so many genres. It popularized anime in the West, especially for a female audience.
We've literally made an Anime News Network list so far. I'm just saying, are we cool with that? I'm just saying, like,
you know what? Maybe they're right.
Yeah.
For once in their lives, maybe they're right. You ever thought about that?
Well,
come on, we have to put one at least like post 2000.
We gotta put a spicy one on here. Come on.
I'm saying Haruhi or Sword Art Online.
No, I'm not putting we are not putting
I have made my case.
Me and Joey
pretty clearly.
Okay, if we have
all right, make a better case and name me one that deserves to be on there more than either of the ones I.
Death Note, entirely Death Note belongs on like more than like pop culture impact alone, Death Note crushes them both.
Not in Japan.
Not to mention Willem Dafoe, who, might I remind you, has notoriously a large penis, who also are the people who like Death
What the fuck are you talking?
That's true, by the way. That is a true fact. Google it. I don't look at pictures. They don't exist. I tried. In Japan, what do you mean in Japan too? There's no Haruhi Suzumiya musical. There's a Death Note musical.
I actually think there is a Haruhi Suzumiya musical.
Not anymore. Death Note's still got a musical. You can watch it in London.
Yeah, I know.
There is Willem Dafoe's penis was so large that after the filming of the 2009 psychological thriller Antichrist, the director had to cut the scene with Dafoe's actual penis and reshoot it with a body double because it was so large that everyone in the room was confused. It is my favorite fact that he has an extremely large penis.
Damn, that's interesting.
Would you say that Death Note deserves to be on there more than Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that Death Note, memes aside now, is more influential, more spoken about still to this day than a lot of these shows, and also I think it was a banger of a show.
I think what
giving us a ton of memes.
I think what Death Note did as well that was really influential was that it kind of made, I guess, like the whole thriller slash.
It made anime cool.
It made the whole thriller slash
It
horror.
did not make anime cool.
It really did.
It did not make anime cool.
Death Note finally gave us an anime that allowed you to recommend anime to people.
Yeah, it made the darker side of anime more accessible.
Yeah,
it made you more likely to get fucking bullied for having a fucking Death Note.
I'm sorry, I didn't say buy a Death Note. I said just fucking watch it, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, but we all know everyone who watched that shit in the mid 2000s was like, I'm gonna get one myself, and then take it to a convention.
I'm gonna write your name in my Death Note, and then we're like, okay, we found a new.
I'm gonna take it to this signing and make the famous person write it.
I think you're actually clowning if you think the Death Note had less impact than Haruhi Suzumiya.
Okay, it's because I think Death Note definitely had, was more popular in terms of like the widely. I think Haruhi was just more influential in terms of like the shaping the kind of landscape of anime.
We already have so many of these kind of picks on our list. Let's mix it up a little bit.
What do you mean mix it up a little bit?
We're not picking. Let's not pick the most influential. Let's pick like some exciting.
That's the whole point of this list.
No, because otherwise we would just pick Astro Boy, and Astro Boy is not on this list.
Well, that's why I said we should put Astro
I'm saying,
Boy.
We're trying to pick like the 7 wonders, and we're marking all stuff. Influential is one of the points I think we should be
influential is one of the points.
But it shouldn't be the only thing we're considering.
Yeah.
And I think that it should be something that like it's an anime that you kind of have to experience and watch or to like be considered an anime fan. I think Death Note is one of those animes.
Yeah.
Well, then in that definition, why is Fullmetal Alchemist not on there?
Because Garn hasn't watched it, and Garn has a whole career talking about anime.
Shit, you got me. You got me there.
This man's job to watch anime, and he hasn't watched Fullmetal Alchemist. And he's doing fine. So I mean,
that's true.
And like Fullmetal Alchemist, I think almost it's kind of like it's such a weird way to describe it. I feel like we needed a constant number one, and we've just all agreed that it's good enough to be number one. But I think a lot of people wouldn't actually say it's their favorite.
No.
But I think we like having these constants in our lives, and I think everyone gets a little bit of comfort from being like, yes, Fullmetal Alchemist it's
the safe choice.
Is a very respectable choice that we all agree, and we all keep for some reason keeping it at number one.
Yeah.
Because we feel like the story is very concise, it's very well told, and very enjoyable.
Okay, it's
like a measurement of unit. We're like we have the meter somewhere locked away in France.
Okay. If we're going by that logic, then what would you say, other than Death Note or Fullmetal, what would you say is like another anime that you would be like, okay, if you want to get into anime, this is the one that you have to watch?
That's a great question.
I mean,
because then we can use that as a metric to figure out, like, which one of them should be.
I'd say Attack on Titan. That's like,
that's
my go-to blind anime recommendation. If I know nothing about the person's taste.
This is because unfortunately anime has this issue where if people don't watch anime, they have preconceived notions of what animation is and it's for children and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So the reason why often Death Note, Attack on Titan get recommended is because they're a lot more serious, a lot darker, and it's a great way of kind of showing someone, one, a great show, but also two, showing them, hey, this whole genre has a vast variety of different topics, and yeah, some of it is childish. But there are a lot of really mature shows and stories being told.
Yeah.
On the level of stuff like, you know, I know it's like a fucking meme at this point to say Breaking Bad, but like, you know, storytelling that like is, I think, like at the same kind of maturity.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree
think
with
Attack on
that.
Titan does that.
So then, do we agree in that case then that Attack on Titan should be up there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to put it up there, but it does feel a little like too soon. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if we have nothing,
if we're going something like this, I want to like restate my stance on One Piece. Then I think. Oh, that's brilliant!
Epic.
Jesse's balding in that one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, One Piece seems to be the anime that. It's kind of like the anime that everyone needs to be at least have like some kind of opinion on now, you know? It's everyone needs to be up to date, or you need an opinion on like
I feel like if we're gonna do that, we should get rid of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's fallen off.
Ooh, Dragon Ball maybe is falling off.
I'll agree to put it on if we get rid of Dragon Ball.
Well,
I mean, I'll do it just to spite Dragon Ball fans, you know?
Okay, so we're replacing Dragon Ball with One Piece.
I'm happy to do that because I don't like Dragon Ball, and I've been very vocal about that.
Okay.
I think Dragon Ball is iconic for many reasons.
Yeah.
Mainly because of the fucking spiky hair and that outline, motherfucker. Everyone knows Goku.
Yeah. Actually, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can't do it?
I mean, it's less of Dragon Ball and it's more just like the idea of Dragon Ball. You know, the idea, like
It's too iconic.
yeah, it's too iconic, and
We just can't put them both on the list. I feel because they occupy the same space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think our judgment of Dragon Ball has purely been clouded by the fan base that's attached to it.
Oh, the comments
because
are gonna be
if you
so bad.
separate the show from the fan base, the show is fucking fantastic.
yeah,
Just
And highly influential, and it's great fun, really easy to get into.
man, the comments of this on this episode are gonna be nuclear.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay, I had something and I forgot it now. Fuck.
All right.